There it is. I'll just share this. There we go. So, this is it. After 20 rounds, after 20 races, 20 different nations on 5 continents all across the globe, it all comes down to this. A two-way dogfight between two of the best drivers in the Americas. And a racetrack that is absolutely god-awful. Oh, I just pray to the racing gods that we get a race that we truly deserve after what has been an absolutely spectacular championship. It's a tale of 2 drivers, 6 points, and 1 race remaining. Literally, winner takes all. It's time for the final round, round 21 of 21, here at the Yas Marina circuit for the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. And it's time for the final qualifying session as well for this season. What a season it has been. I say a tale of 2, it's really been a tale of 3. Matthew Dernier has been very much in the championship fight. He was in it all the way up to the American Grand Prix. A very competitive driver, definitely part of that top 3 sort of group with himself and the 2 championship contenders, BRT FAS and SMM Alp. It is Mercedes-Benz versus Racing Point, and 6 points separating the 2. FAS is leading the championship by only 6 points to Alpine. Now, Andre has left the session. That is not good. Hopefully he'll be able to rejoin as soon as possible. I hope. Alrighty. There we go. As that's a McLaren. I think that was Laquito. Holy... Holy moly. Okay, that's fine. Oh, and Alpine is going to be the first driver instead of flying lap. So yeah, it's 6 points separating the 2 top drivers. FAS is leading, Alpine is in second. Now, knowing these 2 drivers, they are most likely going to be first and second after qualifying. I wouldn't be at all surprised if that was the case. And I wouldn't be at all surprised if these 2 are fighting it out for the lead of the race. If that turns out to be the case, it really is winner takes all. So if FAS just outright beats Alpine on circuit in any position, he will become Drivers' Champion for the PS4 Americas Series on Spec Esports. If Alpine wins this race, FAS is unable... if Alpine wins, if FAS gets second and fastest lap, it is not enough. If that turns out to be the case, they'll be tied on points, but Alpine would win on countback with the amount of wins that he's gotten this season. With the win in Abu Dhabi, he will have 9 total wins. FAS would have 8. Alpine would literally win the championship by a single race. So this championship fight, there are so many scenarios that could take place. Oh, I don't know what's going to happen. I have no idea what's going to happen. We'll just have to wait and see, I guess. But Alpine, the first driver, trying to set a flying lap around this 5.5 kilometer, 21 turn circuit of Yas Marina. I mentioned earlier, it is by far and away, at least in my opinion, the worst designed racetrack ever. You know, it's not horrible you know, there's some nice features about it for sure. It's got very long straights into heavy braking zones. It's got some of the boxes tick as Matthew's left the session. Hopefully he'll be able to rejoin ASAP. But the thing that makes this the worst track ever in Formula 1 is that this racing facility is what $1.3 billion looks like, as Alpine sets a 133.7. This circuit is the most expensive racing facility ever designed, and it's effectively a sandbox, both literally and metaphorically. But Tilke basically had a sandbox to design whatever he pleased with $1.3 billion, and the best he could come up with was this? Seriously? That's why it's the worst designed track ever. It's a complete waste of $1.3 billion. You could probably design the same racetrack with a hell of a lot less money. Ooh. Interesting. So, Matthias, after a couple of weeks away, has made his return to the Americas Series. He's just helping out his teammate there, and he's going to help his teammate out again. It's not going to be a very good tow, but it's a tow nonetheless. But track evolution is definitely going to play a part in qualifying, for sure, so it'll be good practice just to, you know, get used to where you need to cut the track, just so then you can give your teammate behind as much tow as you possibly can. Let's see where this puts Fass on the leaderboard. He's coming through turns 20 and 21. You have to be careful at turn 20. If you run wide, it's very easy to get a track extending warning across the line, and he goes fastest. Championship rivals are 1-2 at the moment, and they are clearing the field. They're the only two drivers in the 33s at the moment, and they're a fair way in the 33s as well. A 33.7 and a 33.6. Next Spec's time is a 34 flat from Matthias. So, it's definitely looking like a head-to-head scrap between the championship contenders. It's looking good. Now, I shouldn't criticize this track too much, because it has one neat feature about it. In this game particularly, it has a 50-50 shot of being the most amazing race on the calendar. It really has that potential. It's either one side, it will be drama fest, it will be action filled, there'll be overtaking and carnage everywhere, or it will be a bore fest. It's literally a toss of a coin with this racetrack. It really is a 50-50. And I am praying that it's the latter. The earlier in this case. I hope that it isn't a bore fest. I hope that there's action and there's drama, and we really get the conclusion that we deserve to this championship. It's been honestly amazing. There's Andre, he's making his way around, cutting turn 9, as you do. Couple of drivers on the medium tyre. Kimi, all of them on the medium tyre. Bean has currently got the hard tyre fitted in the garage. Be interesting to see what he's going to do. Alright. Andre. It's definitely been fighting it amongst the midfielders in the Red Bull. Showing exceptional speed. And he is slowing right down. I see why. Because this guy's coming through. Shall we pay attention? I think we will. We'll get rid of the track map. Let's have a look at this lap. How does Alpine conduct himself around here? Turn 1, third gear, short shifts to fourth, minimise wheel spin. Through turns 2 and 3, if you take either of these wrong, it's very possible for you to lose the back end of the car. Into turn 5 and 6, doesn't quite abuse the curb as much as I thought he would. Hello, Bean Sandwich. So it seems that Racing Point and Mercedes-Benz are deploying teammate tactics, making sure the championship contenders get a tow, and Sandwich pulls away. Now that's something Matthias didn't do. He cut the chicane, made sure he gave a tow on this straight as well. Well, I say straight, it's straight in quotation marks. Up into 8th gear. Coming towards turns 11, 12 and 13. You have to be careful at 12 particularly. Very easy to cut it a bit too much. Alpin on his marks. Very, very nice. Short shifts to third after taking the apex in second. Through 15, 16, then into turn 17. This is apparently a 90-degree corner. It's a lot tighter than that, or at least it feels a lot tighter. Underneath a hotel. There's actually a time trial line that you can use through there, that you can gain a bit more time. I'll explain further on another lap. And through turn 21 into 133.4, he's improved by 0.3 of a second. Absolutely awesome stuff. Absolutely awesome. Matthias currently on the lap. There were races on the lap as well. We're right on board with him. Matthew has rejoined. See what the Ferrari man can do underneath the hotel. Into turns 20 and 21. Can he crack into the 34s? Oh, just missing out. A 35-1. But look at that gap between the top 3 to 4th place. It is 1 second. Just over 1 second. Absolutely massive. These guys are really pushing it. Fass was trying to give Matthias a tow, it seemed. Wasn't quite able to do it. Matthias now coming through turn 14. Has he got a car in front? He's got the 2 racing points in front of him, but they're a fair way in front, so it shouldn't be too much of a hassle. But I love this sort of team tactic stuff during qualifying. I wonder what kind of tactics they'll make during the race. That was very close to the wall. I think there might have been contact with the wall actually. Through the final corner, he'll come across the line to set a 34 flat. He improves by 0.5 of a second. Hasn't quite cracked into the 33s just yet. Fass. How can the Brazilian conduct himself around here? See what, we'll do the same thing. When riding on board with Fass through turn 4 into turns 5 and 6. Ooh, that might be an invalidation. He's up by 0.1 of a second. That is awesome. For a sector that only has 4 corners, to be up by 0.1 already. And there's Matthias. Oh, but Fass is going to catch him easily. It's not very well done. He hasn't been given a tow all the way down the straight. Oh, and he's taken out the braking boards behind Matthias, so I could see that in the rearview mirror on the right hand side. But now Fass gets given a tow from Matthias. 100 board, taking the apexes nicely. Yeah, you could see that on the right hand mirror. Oh, that is an almighty tank slapper. Fass, how on earth have you caught that? Coming underneath the hotel. I guess the highlight of the circuit. You have to be careful of that tyre barrier. 100 board, taking the apex in second. Through turns 21 and 22. Can he crack into the 34s? Oh, just missing out. A 35-1. Fass, how on earth have you caught that? Coming underneath the hotel. I guess the highlight of the circuit. Run wide through there, it's pretty much instant death, and he's going to go into the pits as well. So he's pulled out. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what the stewards might have to say about some of this stuff. From the Mercedes guys in particular. I haven't seen the Racing Point guides to it yet. But yeah, Matthias taking out the braking boards, heading into turn 8. That'll be quite annoying for drivers who don't use racing line and need the braking boards to line up their braking point into turn 8. Anyone else on the flyer? Tifosi is, so is Laquito. Running in hot lap mode. Oh, and look at that, massively overshooting. You can see that there, no braking boards. So, if you're not using racing line, so yeah, anyone who's not using racing line, and I think Laquito might be one, because he overshot the corner massively. Matthew Dernier. What is he doing, I wonder? Like, apparently he's on a flying lap, but guess not. He's just on another out lap. So we close in with 3 minutes to go. How much more time can this man find? Now, keep an eye on that second peak dot in the pit lane. That's going to come out very shortly, I imagine. Better come out pretty quick, otherwise Alpine will pass him. There it is. How well has he timed this, I wonder? Keep an eye on that second dot as well. Keep an eye on it. It's exiting the pit lane now. Oh, you cheeky bastards. Timed it very nicely. And the Mercedes guys, they're going to be a bit touch and go. Oh no, they'll make it, they'll make it. But Alpine's going to get a cheeky toe here. He's going to love this. Around turn 7, there's his teammate. So they put a fair amount of practice into this, it seems, because he's timed his pit exit very nicely. I love seeing this sort of stuff. Ah, the team tactics. Sandwich pulls off to the inside. Alpine, even without the braking boards, picks his mark nicely. He might use racing line, I can't remember. Down through turn 10, yeah, apparently that's a corner back there. Now into turn 11. Turn 12, 13. Takes each apex very nicely. Through turn 14. Now the double right-hander into the 90-degree right-hander of turn 17. Underneath the hotel, 18. Then turn 19, third gear, short shift, fourth. Fifth gear, sixth gear, down 2 gears. There we go, short shifts to 5th. And through the final corner, he'll go in 3rd. Short shifts to 4th. Up to the line, it's a 33.1. He has found another 0.3 of a second. Fast needs to find half a second in 1 lap. Can he do it? Can he take pole position here in Abu Dhabi? Through turn 1. Very nicely done. Into turns 2 and 3. Hugs the inside curb, minimizing distance. Turn 4. Completing sector 1. He's up by a tenth and a half. Now this is where he'll lose out just a little bit. Alpine with the toe given by his teammate. And I think Being Sandwich has actually just been given a toe from Alp as well, looking at that map. Into turn 8. Turn 9, that might be an invalidation, is it? I guess not. Now into turn 11. Third gear. Fourth gear. Now into turn 14. I don't know how close this is going to be. This is going to be close, I think. Third gear. Uses fourth, interesting. Short shifts down to third, then short shifts back up to fourth. Similar technique used by both drivers through turns 20 into 21, 30 through 33. It is not enough. He only improves by just under a tenth of a second. So, the first battle is won by Alpoon by quite a healthy margin. And he must have invalidated as well. Because I'm pretty sure that's the same time he posted earlier, did he? Well, according to this, he invalidated both times. I don't know. According to the game, his best time was a 33.6, so... But that will end qualifying. First battle is won by Alpoon. He will start from pole position. Fass will start second. Now Fass will actually have the inside line into turn 1, if I'm not mistaken. Alpoon will be on the racing line on the right hand side of the circuit. So if Fass can get a good jump, he might be able to take the lead into turn 1. We'll have to wait and see. Somewhat importantly, Matthias starts in third place, being sandwiched in fourth, but also critically on the medium tyre. JFD in fifth, an awesome time from the Ferrari man. Latouf in sixth, Racer in seventh, Kimi in eighth, Smeg in ninth, and Andre rounding out the top 10. Matthew Dernier unable to set a lap time. Interesting. Hopefully he'll be here for the race. I hope. Be a massive disappointment if he wasn't. But here we go. This is where it matters. This is where it all matters. Drivers will be fine-tuning their setups, selecting what kind of tyre strategy they'll do. I think with this track, it's soft to hard or medium to hard. You can do a two-stop around here, where you could probably do a soft medium or a soft medium soft, if there's a safety car thrown in here or there. I have seen someone pull off a soft to medium before, but it's quite a difficult thing to do. But here we go, the final formation lap in this championship series. And let's have a look-see of what tyres the drivers will start on. Wow! That is pretty different, I have to say. A lot of the drivers outside of the top 10 tend to go on a harder compound, but no. Everyone except for Bean Sandwich will be starting on the soft tyre. Everyone. Bean Sandwich is the only driver on an alternate strategy. So this is just going to be outright pace, it seems, for a lot of these guys. But then again, I don't know which drivers are going to do a one-stop. I don't know which drivers are going to do a two-stop, if they're thinking about doing that, which tend to be a thing. But there is one unique corner on this track that does not produce safety cars. When Alpine comes up to it, and you'll know what I mean, because the amount of times I've seen an incident here where a car has completely crashed, and the car is still on the circuit, but there's no safety car that comes out. So we go underneath the hotel. It's turn 19, this corner right here. So sometimes when you miss the apex or if you understeer wide, you end up in the tyre barrier on the right hand side, and if that happens, your car is going to die. A wheel's going to come off and you're going to be out of the session. And the car is on the racing line, typically, and it's absolutely dead on the circuit. Can't move, there's debris everywhere. But for some reason, if a crash happens there, it is almost a 0% chance of a safety car coming out. Like, I've seen 2 or 3 incidents there, and a safety car has never come out. Ever. And some of them are big. So if there's a crash that happens there, a safety car won't come out. If a crash happens anywhere else, safety car will come out. Don't know why, but yeah, it's a thing. But the drivers are now lined up back into their respective grid slots. Time for the finale to begin. It's lights out, and away we go here in Abu Dhabi. And Matthias gets the best start out of the lot. Through the middle into turn 1. It is side by side for the championship. Oh, and big! No, sorry, that's JFD in the Ferrari. My word. What has happened back here? Do I really want to look? Oh, I want to keep an eye on these guys first. Okay, I think everything's sorted out. So, Andre has fallen all the way down to 15th place. So now, 5-second penalty. Corner cutting and gaining 1 place. But Matthias got an absolutely amazing start. From 3rd to 1st. Piercing the 2 drivers in front, right through the middle into turn 1. Alpum is in 2nd. Fass in 3rd. What can Fass do, I wonder? Is he going to wait till DRS, or is he going to try and desperately get past? He's going to look to the inside, is he? No, he's not. Through the chicane. Oh, and Alpum. Just missing the apex. For turn 11, it seemed. Had a horrible run into turn 12. And now, Alpum is actually starting to pull away. He's latched onto the back of Matthias. Into turn 20. And 21 to complete the first lap. Lap 1 of 28 here in Abu Dhabi. Finally been completed. Matthias is leading. Half a second separates him and Alpum. Now, those gaps between the cars is not right. Surely. There we go, that's corrected itself. Those gaps just did not look right. Liquito has now fallen to 15th now. Andre, 23 seconds behind. Oh, geez, this leaderboard is absolutely all over the place at the moment. Hopefully it'll correct itself next lap. Now Fass gaining ever so slightly on his championship rival. Alpine gaining on Matthias using that toe of the Mercedes. And there's been Sandwich just lingering behind. His role, it's not here at the beginning of the race, it's towards the end. He'll play a massive role at the end of the race. If he can stay with these top 3, he can play a massive part in this race towards the end, but not here at the beginning, not quite just yet. But how about that? Mercedes Racing Point, absolutely fantastic. Behind we got Racer in 5th place. Oh, what's this? Oh, Fass has lost a lot of time to Alpine. This leaderboard is not having a very nice time, is it? Look at that. I think that gap between Fass to Alpine is a bit more than half a second. Sector 3 yellow flags. That is Matthew Dernier, it seems. It is. Oh, dearie me. Oh, dearie me. That could have been massive. But he's got front wing damage as well. No virtual safety car or regular safety car deployed. Ooh. Green flag racing resumes. And now Matthias. He's now got Alpine behind. Gonna line him up for an overtake. DRS and Matthias is completely defenseless. All he can do is just hug the inside line. But it's not enough. It's simply not enough. Both drivers go as deep as they humanly can. And Alpine prevails. For now, Matthias is going to counter-attack. Coming into turn 11, into the chicane. Around the outside, an excellent move from the Mercedes driver. Around the outside, having the inside line for turn 12. He retakes the lead. And because of this little scrap, Fass is now bringing himself back into this battle. Absolutely fantastic. Matthias running a bit wide underneath the hotel. He's got Fass right up his gearbox. Through the final corner. Lap 4 begins. Being sandwiched sets the fastest lap. Interesting on the medium tyre as well. Sector 3 yellow flags. It's a McLaren, it's Liquito. Incident at turn 19. Oh, wait a minute. That's Fass! I do not believe it! He's lost it at turn 4. I simply do not believe it. He has dropped all the way down to 9th place. Is that wing damage? No. He's got a clear wing. Did he lose the back end by himself? Was there contact? Either way, he has dropped from 3rd place all the way down to 9th. Now, through those high-speed bends, it is possible to lose the back end. It is entirely possible. Because if you take the curbs awkwardly, it is possible to spin yourself out. Oh, I do not believe it. Now, Alpine takes the lead. His teammate has to do everything in his power to get in front of Alpine. If Alpine wins this race, no matter what Fass can do, he will win the championship. So Matthias needs to get in front. And we have a car into the pits of JFD. And already Alpine has pulled out a 1 second margin. Now it's back down to 8 tenths. And Fass is in the pits as well. He's going onto the medium tyre. Now the undercut around this track is pretty powerful, I do have to say. So he'll gain a bunch of time out of it. His tyres will be very much shot towards the end of the stint, but he'll gain a lot of time out of it. Fass just rolling the dice to see what will happen. And there's just been sandwiches lingering behind on the medium tyre. It's looking good for Racing Point. Looking extremely good for Racing Point. And look at this. Schmeg, Racer and Kimmich fighting for 4th place. Into turn 14. Now, Racer, will he try and look for a move here? No. It's very much... no proper overtaking opportunities during this part of the circuit. You basically have to follow each other and then try and make a move into turn 5 as Racer comes into the pits. So he's going to try and undercut the cars around him. Now Latouf has caught on to the back of this battle. Hopefully we'll see this rage on as well. Ooh, dearie me. Where's Fass? There he is in 11th. And that's JFD just in front. So that's 5th place if I remember correctly. When JFD came into the pits, he was 5th. And there's Racer. He's well behind JFD. That's how powerful the undercut is. We've got this scrap as well. Mercedes, Racing Point, side by side. Matthias has got DRS and the inside line. He'll slingshot past the Racing Point of being sandwiched. Can he counter-attack? No, he can't. Yeah, I wouldn't be at all surprised if these soft tyres have already switched off. And the medium tyres are starting to turn on. Ooh, Matthias back end stepping out a little bit. Will either of the front two drivers go into the pits? It looks like, yep, both of them are. They're going to follow each other in. So being sandwiched is your new effective race leader. Andre gets a 3-second time penalty. And Sunel gets a 3-second time penalty as well. So we got this scrap for currently 2nd place. There's Alpum, there's Matthias. And here comes Fass overtaking JFD. Fass setting fastest lap. So JFD was in 5th. So I think Fass takes back 5th place. Oh, as Sunel has a moment. Now Fass has to make his way around Flavius in the Toro Rosso. He'll get him quite easily down the straight. But there is first and 2nd place right in front. So he's effective P3. I don't know where being sandwiched fits in all this. He's on the alternate strategy, so we'll have to wait and see. Oh boy. So Fass is kind of back in this. Kind of. Still plenty of racing to go. What I know is he's going to be driving like a madman. Try and catch up to the drivers in front. He was lucky that he didn't get any damage from spinning out in the first sector. If he did, I think he'd be in a lot worse position than what he currently is in now. I mean, I don't know how much speed Fass has got underneath him as he locks up into turn 1, but I think in his case he will desperately need a safety car at some point just to neutralise the field. And he needs to be around Alpum. Somewhere near him when that field is neutralised. Then he is well and truly back in the championship fight. And back here, Captain Schmaker's overtaken Sunel. So he's in 9th place. Back up here. Got Latouf and Kimi fighting for what is 2nd place at the moment. There's Alpum right behind. Both of these drivers are bound to be going into the pits this lap, so they won't hold up Alpum at all. At least that's what I think. Who knows? They might stay out for a little longer. Here comes the Racing Point driver underneath the hotel. Let's see, what do both cars do? I'm sure they both go in. They do. Alpum is unleashed. So it's now a Racing Point 1-2. Mercedes-Benz 3-4. That is a fantastic recovery from Fass. Get himself back up into that sort of position after what happened earlier in the race. He is 5.1 seconds behind his teammate, however. So he's got a lot of work to do. Yeah, I think at this stage, Fast needs a safety car. He really, really needs a safety car. Not only has he got to make up the 5 seconds to his teammate, he's got to make up another 2 and a bit seconds to catch up to Alpine. Alpine on fresh and medium tyres as well. A lot of work to do. A lot of work to do. And unfortunately, we're now in this sort of period of the race where Abu Dhabi does this sort of thing. You can see on the mini-map, everyone is spread out. They're all in their own little world. I haven't seen many tracks do this sort of thing, but I've seen Abu Dhabi do this quite a few times. In fact, they did it not too long ago in the Pacific Series stream, the Tier 2 stream, where everyone starts to spread out. They all start to race in their own little world. We just desperately need a safety car. Just bring everyone back together. Start racing again. It seems that Racer is catching up to JFD, so we might have a battle for 5th place on our hands, not just hand. Moving through the high speed corners in the first sector into turns 5, 6 and 7. Coming out of turn 7. How much time is he going? He's actually lost time. Interesting. He's on fresher tyres as well. I know Racer isn't a big fan of this racetrack. Not too sure whether he's actually a driver who's comfortable driving around it. Because that's ironic with my driving in F1 2019. It seems that all the circuits I hate, I'm actually somewhat okay around. For example, this track, Abu Dhabi, I'm not bad around this place. Mexico is another fine example where I'm not actually too bad going around it, even though I despise the circuit, particularly that 3rd sector of Mexico. Racer, he's clinging on. He's lost a little bit of time, but not a great deal of it, and it's now starting to close back up again. So I think these two guys are fairly even on pace, just sort of trading blows to each other. Racer understeering to turn 1 though, and has lost time because of it. Yeah, hear me. Sabine Sandwich leading. He's got a 9.2 second margin as well, and it'll be interesting to see what this man does. How long will he stay out on the mediums? Will he do a 2-stop? Will he do a 1-stop? If he will do a 1-stop, I wouldn't be at all surprised if he pitted for the hard tyre within maybe 2 or 3 laps. But he might be trying to go onto the softs, as we got a yellow flag in Sector 1 into McLaren. It's to Fozy, same place where Fast went off. Through the chicane. Ooh. I was going to say, we actually had a battle. No, it's just a lap car. Oh, hello. You went in 2 or 3 laps earlier than I thought you would. What are you going to do? Bean Sandwich, race leader. Onto the medium compound tyre. He was going to do a 2-stop. Fresh mediums. So what he'll do, he'll go back out, probably do the same stint on the mediums, 10-10, and then for the final 8 laps, he will go onto the soft compound tyre, go to the end on the softs, Andre, a 3-second time penalty, multiple warnings, and he comes out in 4th place. Now, if the results stay as they are, become Drivers' Champion. As Sanel has retired from the session. There we go. Now, when that happens, look, you saw that. Oh, the safety car actually came out. Are you kidding? I have done 3 streams at this place. Prior to this, I have seen crashes happen at that corner. Not a single one of them developed a safety car. But now, Codemasters, you decide to pull my leg and bring out a safety car for a crash that happened at turn 19. God, I can't wait for 2020, F1 2020. I'm so done with this game. Finally, you actually make sense, Codemasters. A car that is dead on the racing line, that can't move, bring a safety car out. Now this shakes everything up. What are these guys going to do, I wonder? Alpine comes in. Matthias doesn't. Now Fast surely will go in. He has to match his rival. What will this man do? Stays out. So the teammates stay out. The rivals in the championship go in. Onto the medium tyre. And so does Alp. They effectively match each other. Now, Schmeg might play an interesting role in this because I think he'll come out in between these two. He will. Interesting. Ah, seriously, Cody's, I hate you. Like I said, 3 streams. I've seen incidents happen there where cars have crashed into the tyre barrier and have retired from the session, and there's never been a safety car. There were 2 crashes that happened in the Pacific stream that happened there, and there was no safety car. Now there's a safety car. Oh. But this has shaken everything back up. The whole field will be neutralized. So these two are going to battle again, but they've got an Alfa Romeo sitting in between them in the form of Captain Schmeg. He decided to not go into the pit lane. He's going to stay on the mediums that he put on 5 laps ago. Be interesting to see what him and Matthias do, because they're kind of on the same strategy. Now, Matthias started on the softs, so did Captain Schmeg. So they might do another medium stint, but with this safety car period, they might try and extend this medium period because of the reduced tyre wear. So they might be able to try and go to softs to the end. We'll have to wait and see. Absolutely. It is 100% going to get spicy again. And we needed this. We really did need this. Because this race wasn't looking too good. But no, the beautiful silver SLS Mercedes-Benz comes out. Ooh. Now the reason why I did that is because the green light appeared on top of that car. There was a green light. I don't know why it would appear. There's no lap traffic. There's no need to let any cars through. So it seems from the looks of the field we'll be back on the green flag racing at the beginning of lap 16. I think. The Quito is quite some ways behind this train. I think it will be about lap 16 we'll get back underway. How about that? So we got that little pack. It's just gone through turn 7. They'll probably catch up to this train at the end of this straight, but whether or not the safety car will actually be in this lap, I do not know. I don't know if it will just go in this lap or if it will stay out. Give that McLaren as much time as possible to catch up to the train. Let's see. Is it safety car lights out this lap? No, it's not. So we're going to do another tour of Yas Marina before we get back under racing conditions. So Alpine, well actually let's have a look at the positions as they are now. So Alpine's in 3rd, that's 15 points. Fass is in 5th, and what's that? That's 10 points, isn't it? So Fass would win the championship if the positions stayed as they are. Now obviously they're not, but that's how close it is. Fass in 3rd, Fass in 5th rather, and Alpine in 3rd. Those positions are enough to give Fass the championship by 1 point. Deary me. Hello, Blocky. Good to see you're here watching the stream as well. Okay, so we will definitely be back on the green flag racing at lap 16. Oh boy. And pretty much everyone in the midfield is on the same tyre as well, with the same conditions. It's just going to be a massive scrap, isn't it? Oh boy. Yeah, maybe. Alpine just letting Bean Sandwich rather than letting Alpine by. I wouldn't be at all surprised if he did. Safety car now in this lap. Let's get this thing underway. Matthias now becomes a safety car, more or less. He controls the field. He's going to bunch the pack up, and he has the right to dictate when this field gets back underway. But I think you're right. I think Bean will let Alpine by. That way Alpine can try and attack Matthias and get the lead again. As I said, if Alpine wins, he will win this championship, no matter what Fass can do. But here we go. It's all up to Matthias. He's coming up towards turn 20 and 21, and he's back on the green flag racing. He's absolutely floored it. He hasn't pulled out a massive gap. Almost about half a second, it would seem, from Bean Sandwich. But lap 16 of 28 has begun. Matthias leads, Sandwich is second, Alp third. Schmeg currently hangs on to fourth place. Racer gets a 3-second time penalty. Fass needs to get by Schmeg as soon as possible. Will he look here? No, he won't. Or there's a bit of contact. Fass on the fresher tyre is just able to take better mid-corner speed. He is gaining. Will he look to the inside? Will he look to the outside? Is he close enough to look? Oh, he is! And he's gone for it. I think Schmeg maybe broke a little bit early there. That might be due to the tyre condition. Fast certainly didn't have the intention to make the move. And as the chat suggested, Sandwich just let Albon by. Oh, we have an accident. Laquito's had a moment at turn 9. Oh, hang on. What's happened back here? We have a whole heap of scrapping going on. And we've got 2 groups now. What on earth? Oh, and this does not look healthy. And that's a 10-second penalty, surely. No, nothing. Okay, Codemasters, that's typically 10 seconds. But there we go. We've now got the battle between the top 4 raging once again. It's further a 3-second time penalty. Matthias leads, Alpine second, Sandwich third, Fass in fourth. Sandwich let Alpine by. I am almost certain he's not going to do the same thing for Fass. In fact, it's going to be quite the opposite. Into turn 7. Now, Fass is pretty close, and he's gotten a pretty good exit as well. So has Bean. So I don't think Fass will be able to make an overtake here. Alpine, on the other hand, now Matthias will defend. Alpine will look around the outside. Now he'll try and keep it there. Just like that. So he has the inside line for turn 9. But Matthias, with that drive around the outside, he hangs on to the lead. What a magnificent scrap this is. Fass is desperately looking to try and get past Bean. He will look to the inside. Alpine around the outside. Matthias. Contact. He's been pushed. Now Matthias, what is he going to do? Is he going to back out? He is. Bit of contact between Alplume and Matthias. Matthias loses out massively from first to fourth. Now Fass desperately needs to get by Bean Sandwich and close within 1 second of Alplume in front. The only problem is he can't make a move at any point until about turn 5. You can try and make a move at 5, but I think he's going to wait till the DRS straight. And Matthias is actually in. Does he have wing damage? No, just onto a fresh set of medium tyres. Now he'll be able to go to the end of the race on those, for sure. But now Fass does not have any backup. It is all him. Out of turn 7. He'll get DRS and Sandwich will be completely and utterly defenseless. The sheer overspeed of DRS to the outside goes Fass. Around the outside. And in turn has the inside line. And he gets the move done. But Sandwich, he'll get DRS for this straight. He'll look to the outside. Fass will squeeze him a little. Fass, he'll send it down the inside for 11, but Sandwich will have the inside for 12, and he regains the position. This is critical. Those very overtakes can dictate a championship. Over the curbs. Sandwich doing an absolutely superb job at the moment. Over the curbs again. Actually, only a 3-second time penalty. And Alpine, I think, just set fastest lap. Using the curbs again. Trying to maximise the track width. Gap is now 2.7 seconds between Alpine and Sandwich. It's going to be next to impossible for Fass to catch up at this rate. Sandwich hits an excellent run out of the hairpin. DRS once again for Fass. He's got to look to the outside. Sector 1 and 2 yellow flags. It doesn't appear to be anything. 2 yellow flags. I believe that's Flavius in the Toro Rosso. Fass, if he can get by here, into turn 11. He'll pretty much have second place all the way through the third sector. Around the outside. A very clean move, basically what Bean did on the previous lap. So now, the championship contenders are 1-2. Can Fast pull away? I reckon he's going to try. Needs to pull out a 1 second margin to Bean. Now remember, Fast made a mistake earlier in the race. It dropped him down a whole heap of positions, and now he's back into second. Captain Schmeg, 3 second time penalty. He actually comes into the pits as well, the Alfa Romeo driver. This gap, it hasn't expanded at all. These two very much even on pace, it seems. Right there, going through turn 7. Sandwich going to sit in the slipstream, use the DRS. Sector 3 yellow flags. Tifosi has retired in the pit lane, I do believe. Oh, it goes to the outside, those beans. That is a horrible camera shot, Codemasters. Side by side through turn 9. Fast gets to drive out of the corner, but doesn't get DRS. Do either driver get DRS? Yes, Bean Sandwich does. Oh, and into the wall! What on earth happened there? Safety car has been deployed. Oh, and Bean Sandwich has horrible damage to that car, and so does Fast. Now, I only saw a glimpse of that. But it looked like Sandwich was going to try and stick it down the inside, but Fast wasn't having any of it. Both drivers will need to come in. In fact, I think all of the drivers will be coming in. Put on a pair of softs. Go to the end. No, Alpine doesn't. Maybe because he doesn't want to double stack his teammate, perhaps. Because I don't know if these mediums will make it to the end. Oh, and Matthew's gone into the wall at pit entry. Deary me. Onto the soft tyre. And away he goes, out of the pit lane. Where does Sandwich come out? He comes out in front of Fast. And there goes Flavius on the hard tyre. He's now into 4th place. Fast has fallen all the way to 8th. But Alpine, I guess he didn't want to sacrifice the race lead for a fresh set of soft tyres. But I want to know what happened between these two. Fortunately, the camera shot didn't provide anything that useful until I switched to the onboard. I'm going to have to watch back the stream just so then I can remember what I saw. Let's have a look-see. There they go, they're flying through the first sector, into the second sector, yada yada yada. Then Codemasters gave me that horrible camera shot heading into turn 8 and into turn 9. So Fast had the inside line, but he gets a better drive, and I think Bean Sandwich went underneath him. Okay. But how did Fast in turn get wing damage from that? How does that work? So, at the coming out of the corner, Fast was sort of on the inside line for turn 10. Okay. And Bean Sandwich was on the outside for turn 10. Fast gets a better run out of turn 9, so he slingshots in front of Bean Sandwich. Sandwich tries to go underneath him, I think. How does Fast get wing damage from that? I don't know. I'm going to have to ask for onboards with those two guys, because holy moly. Both drivers having to get replaced wings as well. So both of them fall down a couple more places. Kimi, without having to get his wing replaced, he jumps up to 6th place. Schmeg didn't pit for a fresh set of softs. He's still on the ones that he pitted when he came off the mediums, if I'm not mistaken. Andre finds himself in 3rd place as well. Flavius in 4th. Matthews all the way down in 11th. I'm sure he had to replace his front wing. So when the safety car comes in, it'll be 6 laps remaining, including lap 23. There's going to be some stewards investigations after this race, that's for sure. Both went into the left, or perhaps, yeah. That would explain how Fast managed to get damaged as well. Yeah, Fast desperately he's trying to hunt down his championship rival. He's trying to help out his teammate as much as he can. Both of them come together, both of them get damaged, and somehow cause a safety car. Somehow. But there we go. So the field is neutralised once more. Let's get back under green flag racing, shall we? Alpoom is your race leader. He will dictate the restart. Got JFD in 2nd place and Andre in 3rd. Flavius, he's going to fall down the leaderboard quite quickly on those 8-lap-old hards. Everyone behind him, more or less, is on fresh soft compound tyres. They are going to be electric. But we're now going back to green flag racing. Lap 23 of 28 has begun. Alpin leads. Owen Flavius just pulls to the inside. He's having none of it. Into the wall, actually. I think Captain Schmeg almost put him in the wall then. Sector 3 yellow flags. That is Laquito in the McLaren, it seems. It's being sandwiched down the inside of Kimi. And Fast follows, it seems. I want to keep my eye on this. Coming through turn 5 into turn 6. I don't know the mindset of these two guys. Oh, and down the inside into 7. These two guys might not be happy with each other. And there's Flavius in the middle. It's going to be 3 wide down this straightaway. Who's got the longest legs? It seems that it's the Mercedes. Down the inside into turn 8. They collide again, just a little bit of contact, and a bit more as well. And Sandwich gets a 3-second time penalty. Multiple warnings. Fast, he is driving as hard as he humanly can to try and catch up to the cars in front. Laquito gets a 5-second time penalty for corner cutting. Now he's got Captain Schmeg. He's on similar aged tyres as what he's on. Then the cars in front are all on 10-lap or older medium tyres. Coming up to the hotel. Underneath. This is where these tyres will come into their own. The amount of time he'll gain through there. Simply because of the sheer amount of mechanical grip he would have. Into the final corner. Lap 24 has begun. 5 laps to go. Captain Schmeg. Just weaving to the inside, saying to Andre, I'm right here, mate. But Fast gets an excellent run, but with nowhere to go. Turn 2, turn 3, now heading into turn 4. Racer has retired in the pit lane. Oh dear. He must have gotten involved in some sort of incident. And now He has to chuck it up into mode 4. He's got a lot of ERS to play with. Andre is a bit defenseless. He's got no toe. Schmeg looks to the outside. They're going to need to go side by side through turn 8 and remain side by side through turn 9. And Fass, can he take both of them? Not quite. Where's Schmeg going to go? He's going to try. He's forced Fass out wide. These two are having an almighty battle, and Fass is trying to find a way through. He's found the way past Captain Schmeg. Now he has to find a way past Andre. Sector 2 and 3 yellow flags. There doesn't appear to be anything, according to the mini-map. Oh, and he's bumped it! I don't believe it! Captain Schmeg has taken out Fass! It could have been an amazing recovery for the Brazilian, but he's been taken out by the Alfa Romeo! I don't believe it! How many incidents have we seen Fass involved in today? Spun out at the high-speed section. He had some contact with Bean Sandwich, and he's been spun by Captain Schmeg. Oh, this race could not have gone any worse for this man. It could have been this amazing recovery if he had gotten past Schmeg. All the cars in front had relatively old tyres. He could have made up bucket loads of time, but unfortunately for him, his championship aspirations are now over. I don't think there is anything that he can do now to recover his championship chances. I simply don't believe it. I just don't believe it. But Alpo leading the way by 4 seconds. JFD is in second place. Then it's Kimi and Andre. The two Red Bulls are third and fourth. It's looking like a fine day for Red Bull. Oh, and penalties as well. I haven't checked penalties. What has Alpine got? Nothing. JFD? Also nothing. So the top two have conducted themselves fairly well, I have to say. So Fass would have had to got by them on track in order to beat them. I was hoping for a miracle for Fass. I was hoping for an epic showdown on the final lap, but no, that was taken away. Looking further back. Theus now onto the back of Andre. Coming into turns 5, 6 and 7. Into hot lap mode, he uses DRS to the inside. He'll make a very simple move. No, Racer, I wasn't looking that far back. Sorry, Racer, I didn't see that. I was too busy looking at what's happened at the front. But I guess that explains why you retired from the session, if you got punted from behind. I was hoping for a miracle drive for Fass, but Formula 1 is like that. Well, motorsport is like that. Sometimes it's just absolute amazement, some of the things that you can see. Sometimes happy, sometimes really, really sad. It giveth and it can taketh away. As Fass sets the fastest lap of the race. At least that's some constellation that he's been able to show great pace throughout the race. Qualified in second. Spun out. I'm not sure if he had help spinning out or if he did it completely by himself. He had the incident with being sandwiched, and then that with Captain Schmeg at turn 17. And we got this going on as well. Kimi has found a way past the Ferrari of JFD. And Matthias is now into this as well. Matthias might be fighting for second place here. At least there'll be somewhat of a recovery for Mercedes. The silver lining in this Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. Into the third sector. Now, you won't see these guys battle too much through here. Oh, and that's an almighty crash! Dania and Sandwich into the wall! What on earth happened between these two? They have crashed, entering into turn 17. Oh, and Matthew, what on earth? Oh, these guys are not having a good race. Dear me. And now this battle is really starting to hot up. The battle for second. Now JFD, I'm pretty certain, has no penalties. No, he's been a good boy. Kimi's got 3 seconds. Matthias has got nothing. So it's pretty much a battle between JFD and Matthias at this stage for second place in this race. JFD is doing an epic job hanging on. This will be a superb result for the Ferrari driver. He hangs on to the inside line. He goes deep. He locks up as well, but he's hanging on. Fantastic. Now, Kimi, can he look around the outside? He will have to. On the grippier tyre, he can go deep. JFD holds the line. Oh, he tries to take the apex as contact. Oh, it's all happening. Now, we're going to have to briefly look away because there's a champion that I have to announce. I think it might be sorted out for now. I've got to look up. Because yes, it's been tragedy for Fast, but it's been an absolutely epic drive from this man. SWM Alp will become the Drivers' Champion as he wins the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. Now, I do believe JFD 44 will finish second for Ferrari and Matthias will take third. Their silver lining after a horrendous race. Fast somehow recovers to 5th place. Latouf in 6th. Andre in 7th. Captain Schmeg in 8th. Being Sandwich in 9th. Matthew Dernier, 3-second time penalty. Flavius looks like he's going to score a point for Toro Rosso. And he will. But there we go. Matthew Dernier some ways behind. Will come home in 11th and Laquito in 12th. But there you are, ladies and gentlemen. Your new Drivers' Champion for Season 2 of the PS4 America Series. Well done to this man. Absolutely superb season. 9 victories next to his name. Very much one of the standout drivers in this championship season, along with Fass, who fought so valiantly, especially in Brazil. That was an epic race between him and Alp. It really showed how good those two drivers were. But here in Abu Dhabi, ultimately Alpoom is crowned champion. And what a nice win here in Abu Dhabi. Always within the top 4, fighting it out for the win. Everyone else made mistakes or got involved with other people's mistakes. But he kept it clean. A very, very confident and calm drive from him. And well done to JFD as well. 2nd place for Ferrari and Matthias recovering to finish 3rd, the last place on the podium. But what a race to end off a season. Alpoom wins this race, but doesn't quite get fastest lap, so it's only 25 points. JFT in second, Matthias in third. Timmy, well done to you, mate, finishing in fourth place. Fast finishes in fifth after snagging fastest lap, if I'm not mistaken. So he will score 13 points. It's a 12-point swing in Alpoom's favour, so Alpoom will win by 6 points. Latouf in 6th, well done for him in the Alfa Romeo. Andre in 7th, Captain Schmeg in 8th, Bean Sandwich in 9th, and Flavius rounding out the top 10. Wow. So many ups and downs in this race. At one point, it was looking like it was going to be a ball fest. Then the safety cars came out and shook everything up. And I thought there might have been a chance for Fass when that second safety car came out, where he had that epic restart. He got into fourth. He started battling the cars around him, and then everyone saw what happened in the stream. But that's racing. It happens. So, but what a dramatic and chaotic way to send off what has been an absolutely amazing championship. And what a pleasure it has been for me to commentate and broadcast these amazing races. It has been an absolute pleasure. But I think that will conclude it with Alpoom Drivers Champion, and I believe, I'll just double check, I think it is Racing Point as constructors. I'll just check. And I'm pretty sure it is Racing Point. It's either them or Mercedes. Where are you? America Series. There it is. Where is it? Constructors. Yeah, I think Racing Point would have secured the Constructors' Championship. They secured it back in Brazil, it seems, according to that points table. So, Alpoom, Drivers' Champion, and Racing Point, Constructors' Champion for Season 2 of the PS4 America Series here on Race Spec Esports. Been an absolutely fantastic season. It's been an absolute pleasure. But I think that will end it. So, ladies and gentlemen, until next time, whenever that may be, I've been the Smeg. Thank you all so much for watching, and we'll see you in F1 2020. Can't wait. Good night.